Hello, midday up at Knockreer, Killarney National Park. And the bells of the cathedral ringing behind us for the Angelus. And here we are at the site of the old mansion that was built in the 1780s and 80s after Queen Victoria came up here in August 1861 and said, what a beautiful site for a house. And they spent £100,000 building the house and £100,000 decorating it. Huge amounts of money. Now, up to last year, this was all overgrown, and the people working here in the park have done a tremendous job. They're actually doing up all of the gardens as they were in the late 1800s. So this is the present Knockreer house. The mansion burnt down in 1913. Apparently one of the servants left a candle lighting near the curtain in her window, and she only said what actually happened on her deathbed. But look, the house is gone, and there's this new Knockreer house which was built by Beatrice Grosvenor. But look at all these walls and steps and everything. These are all from the original garden, the late 1800s. That's known as is it the Italian or the Spanish garden? I can't remember. One of the two anyway. Look, that's the Berberis is coming out in flower. And that's the front of the house. There's a little roundabout there. I think it's called the Italian garden. Then there's a lovely brick wall, red brick, over in the corner. And look at the view. Look at that over Loch Lane. And that must be Innisfallen Island over there. Hello. And it's complete. That was all trees now up to a couple of months ago. You couldn't see anything. And now over in the distance, you can see Ross Castle. There it is. I hope to do a little video down there, my last little video down there. So look at Muckross Lake way over in the corner. Then you'd have the Muckross Peninsula in the middle. And Ross Castle, which is on an island, which is on Ross Island. Famous mining island. And look at the mountains all over the place. You can see everything from here now. Well, that's Tomy's mountain up there, and you see where the rhododendron has just taken off way up through the acidic alkaline, or the acidic soils of the sandstone up there. So I just walk around here. Hi there. So lovely gardens all being done up here. I'll be as quick as I can. Here are the guys doing all the work. Doing super work all together. That's the old wall from the mansion. And as we go along here, this is the entrance coming into the mansion. So yes, burnt down in 1913. But as I say, it was a slow burn. They were able to get a lot of the furniture and books and everything out safely, out onto the lawn. I think they were actually having dinner at the time down with the Herberts down in Muckross house when they got the call that their house was on fire. So what a beautiful spot. Just to tell you a little bit about the lakes, the three lakes of Killarney. You have the upper lake, and then you have the Long Range River coming down from the upper lake down to Muckross Lake, and you come through the lovely old Weir Bridge down there, and then you come to the meeting of the waters, which is really beautiful, behind Dinus's Cafe. And then you come into, you can either then go under the bridge and into Muckross Lake, or around the back into Lough Lane. So then you come into Lough Lane, and there are a lot of islands. The most famous being Inishfallen Island, which was a monastery in the from the 6th century, and it was one of the oldest universities in Europe. And our High King of Ireland, Brian Boru, was educated there in the 900s. And as you know, he died in the Battle of Clontarf, which was pretty much the end of the Viking era, in 1014. Well, he didn't die in the battle, he actually won the battle, but he was killed just after winning the battle. And look at that now, that is, for all the world, it looks like a hay barn or a cowshed or something like that. But would you believe there are two 200-year-old looms in there, and they make the Muckross tweed, the caps, the capes, the scarves, the coats, everything. And the Muckross tweed, which is, I think it's called, spelled Mucros, is the brand name. It's probably the old name of from Muckross. Here's my friend Christy. Hi, Christy. I'm doing a video for everyone all over the place. So good, great altogether. You're on camera now. You're going to be all over America and everything.
You know that man that used to walk through the main here? He used to have a pair of Wellingtons and a dog.
Oh yes.
He's dead.
Recently?
This morning.
Oh no. You don't know his name, no?
Mike Griffin.
Oh, so sorry to hear that. Yeah. Anyway, in the middle of a video, better keep going. There's a deer up here, they are. Super. Yeah. We'll have a cup of coffee soon. See you, Christy. So yes, from that shed, all the Muckross tweed is made, and it's sold in 100 shops all over North America. And down in the sheds down there, they're cattle sheds. They keep about 120 pedigree old Kerry cattle, the really original of the species, pedigree old Kerry cattle, on the park between here and Muckross. And in the winter time, the ones that aren't in calf are kept down there in the farm sheds. And that's one of the old houses there. Okay, so that's the yard and where they make all the Muckross tweed. And now we're coming along, and you're going to see the red deer. And these red deer have been breeding here as a herd since the Ice Age 10,000 years ago. They are very special. If you're here in October, that is the rutting season, and you get up here in the park in the mornings and they are roaring, the stags are roaring, and they all after their female does to put them all in young. So look, here are the red deer. There are actually a couple of Sika deer there as well. The Sika deer were introduced here to the park. I think there was 6 pairs of them were given to the park here in the 1800s as a present, and now there are thousands of them around. But look here, they're red deer. Look at the antlers. For every point on an antler, it's a year old. So that guy near us here, his antlers are, what's it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's a 10-year-old stag. And they're roaring here in the mornings in October is amazing. And about 1,000 photographers come from all over Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales to take the perfect picture of the stags fighting over their fawns, over the female does in October. So, but I would say 99.9% of visitors that come to Kerry, come to Killarney, come to Ireland and never get up to this beautiful spot up here. Look at Lough Lane out there in front of us. And do you see the highest peak over there? That's Ryan-Purcell. That's the highest mountain on the island of Ireland. It's 3,414 feet high. And Buin Quera, the next highest, is right beside it. And that's just 100 feet lower than the highest one, which is Ryan-Purcell. So most people, as I said, don't come up here. But if you, some do, and just over the hill there is the Killarney Equestrian Centre, and people hire riding horses there, and this is where they come to ride their horses. So take in all this view, and you see all the herd of red deer, literally breeding here naturally since the Ice Age. And just over there in the mountains, we can't see the gap from here, but the Gap of Dunlow is over there. And at the end of the Ice Age, when the glaciers were retreating, a huge glacier came down there and found a fault in the mountains, and that's what created the Gap of Dunlow 10,000 years ago. Oh, look at the lovely deer. I shouldn't really be upsetting them, but this time of the year they're not too bad. Quite a lot of young ones there, and there's some young bucks. But I really wanted to bring you down here for the last of this little video. So the mountains and the lakes of Killarney, and just over in the corner there is the Killarney Fishing and Golf Club, and between this and that is Castle Ross Hotel and golf course. And just over there are a lot of buildings over there. That's the Liebherr factory. At the bottom of the hill over there, the white roof of factory, there are about 900 people working there building cranes, and they're the cranes that are exported all over the world. And up on top of the hill up there is Ahadow, famous monastery as well. Same sort of period, 6th, 7th century, as the one on Inishfallen Island. And you've got the 5-star Ahadow House Hotel up there as well, which is beautiful. And just further over there is the Europe Hotel, another 5-star hotel, right on the shores of Lough Lane. And that's owned by the Liebherr factory. The Hans Liebherr came here in the just after the mid-1900s. Loved the place so much, had a little meeting in the International Hotel with local business people here, and ended up building that very famous Liebherr crane factory here in Killarney, which provides so much employment for the people of Killarney. But I'm just rushing here now to show you this, because this is a place of legend. Yes, I'm bringing you to Clough-McCudda. It's down here, and Brother McCudda was a monk on Inishfallen Island. And many years ago, when the lakes weren't quite as full of water, there was a causeway across Lough Lane apparently, and he was following a bird song. And today again you can hear the birds singing here, and he followed this beautiful bird song and followed it right up here. And here is the tree, and look at the stone here. The legend says that he knelt on this stone for 200 years praying, and then he woke up and he went back to Clough-McCudda. There's from Clough-McCudda here back to Lough Lane, and of course nobody knew him 200 years later. And but they had heard of him. So it was right here. This is very famous. And you're meant to walk around this tree 3 times, saying the Hail Mary, and then you get a special, what you call it, a special dispensation or whatever you call it. And then just see these, you get a stone and you put it like this. And in local holy wells and everything around the island, when you're saying the rosary, that's what they do. They get stones and they put crosses on local stones. So one quick Hail Mary. I'll do it once with us all. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Welcome to Clough-Macodda and the woods around Killarney and the Killarney National Park. You see how it's so nicely kept in its natural way. So this is not the manicured gardens. This is the real thing. And when a tree falls, it's left there and it's left to rot, and all the microorganisms are allowed to, eat it and rot it, and then every animal and organism and animal along the food chain is allowed to survive here in its natural state. So nobody gets up here. It's a lovely loop walk from Deanoch Lodge down the corner up by Knockrear House. And look at this loop walk that people are doing up by the deer and down around there. And the walk comes back around down the lower end there. You can see people through the trees. So local people love doing this loop walk and back towards the cathedral in Killarney. So that's it. Have a lovely day today, and greetings here, and best wishes and love and energy and everything that's going to get us through this difficult period. What a lovely place to be self-isolated or social distancing in Killarney, all up around this lovely national park. God bless you all.